Hey there, fun boosters! Welcome to my mukbang. Today I have some breakfast at home, and I'm just gonna get right into it because I had to put the baby down for a nap, and I just don't want it to get cold. Oh. I have some Himalayan sea salt that they have back in the dollar store on this. Pretty good. Let's see. This is butter pecan coffee. Okay. So, just 2 eggs here over medium. Some pork roll. These are whole wheat bagels with butter. And on the side here is my homemade pumpkin pie. There's still a little bit left over from Thanksgiving. I've been putting them in the refrigerator. I made 4 pies. I gave I brought 2 over to my aunt's for Thanksgiving. Kept the other 2 home because my kids and I love pumpkin pie. I'm talking we had it all year long. Store-bought. I used to go to those I go to the clearance section in Walmart. The food clearance. They have pies over there. Bread and stuff. One time I scored on it wasn't a big time score. It was just really good. Because it was on clearance, I was able to try it. Because it's something that I wouldn't normally go to the store for. But I have tried it before in the past, and it's really good. Naan bread. It was like garlic herb or whatever. And you could use naan bread. You know, the Indian. Pretty sure it's Indian. Naan. Naan. And you could use it as flat. I've done that before. That's what I did with them when I bought that months ago. I made pizza. It's good on its own too. I like to put a little butter on top. So, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing well. I forgot to mention, this pumpkin pie is homemade. I mean, it's not completely homemade, like how I used to do it back when I had 2 kids, maybe with my 3rd kid also, because it's a little bit time consuming to do it straight from the pumpkin. I don't know how the heck it doesn't come out stringy. Like Libby's pumpkin in a can. Pretty sure it's by Libby's. It's nice and pureed, smooth. But when I made it straight from the pumpkin years ago, it was a bit stringy because, you know, the interior of a pumpkin is stringy. I think one year, a couple times, because I made it several times from the pumpkin. The smaller pumpkin, it would be the smaller pumpkins or the sweet pumpkins for pumpkin pie. I think I just pureed the shit out of it until all the stringies were gone. Who the heck is this? Somebody's calling me. Go away. At BC. That looks like the frickin' school. Oh, never ends with my kids. Now I gotta hurry up and eat because I don't know if it's an emergency or if it's just somebody complaining about my kids or somebody needing to talk to me about whatever. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, this is the Libby's in the can, but I do it differently than what the recipe states in the back of the can. In the back of the can it says to use all these different spices. I just use pumpkin pie spice, but I add allspice as well. And the secret that I also use, not only do I use a can per pie of evaporated milk, but I also use almost a full can. For 4 pies, I use almost a full can of the sweet condensed milk too. And boy, it's nice and creamy. Gosh. Oh. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. If somebody's sick at school, which I don't see that happening. They were all fine this morning. Then my husband will be the next one to call me and be like, oh, the school called me. I'm sure they'll leave a message. So this is a pretty big breakfast for me. Typically when I eat big breakfasts like this, including a dessert, I mean, people have sweets for breakfast, so I guess it is part of my breakfast, not really considered dessert. I've been having pumpkin pie for breakfast for the last couple of days. Just so good. So, yeah, later on I'll probably have a couple small snacks. Usually it's like fruit and vegetables or cheese or something. So my second child. He's going to be turning 9 this upcoming Monday. And he's just such a wonderful child. I mean, he is so smart. He's a genius. He's getting straight A's. And they want to test him for gifted and talented come the spring, I think. Not only that, but most of the time, I don't even have to tell him. All I gotta do is tell him once, first of all, the things that he needs to do, like his homework, brush his teeth, take a shower and stuff like that. Get dressed in the morning, put his shoes on. Like, I don't even have to tell him half of that stuff. He just does it automatically because he knows it's a routine. He knows he's got to do it. He knows that, you know, it's a daily thing. Which, you know, I wish all kids were like that, right? Don't you wish that? But it's never like that. More than likely, you gotta tell your kids 500 times to put your dang shoes on, brush your dang teeth, you know. That's with most kids. But with him, it just comes as a breeze, which is so nice. I'm not saying he's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Because he does have slight anxiety issues, which I explained in a previous video, probably about a year or two ago. I explained it. I remember what video it was, too. I was with Anna Marie Mukbang doing a collab, and it was the hats that we wear. One of the things I said was being my child's... I think I said psychologist, but I think I meant to say psychiatrist. No. Psychologist. Do they both teach? Psychology is the study of the body and the brain, how it functions. Oh my god, I'm so full. I don't know what I was thinking. Whereas a psychiatrist helps people through things that they normally wouldn't be able to do by themselves. Like, say somebody wants to hurt themselves, or it's like, or if somebody has anxiety and trying to have them to cope. So, in that video I showed how I had a notebook. I wrote down his triggers, wrote down what helped and what didn't help. And I helped him through it so quickly. I got him from being like claustrophobic and not liking to be in front of a lot of people, and him freaking out and his heart pumping like this during certain situations, to being a lot calmer. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's got outbreaks here and there, but they're not half as bad as they used to be years ago. Alright, baby. Baby's crying for his noonie. He lost his noonie. Whereas my niece said, at my brother's 30th surprise birthday, look at all these tissues, really? I mean, I guess all these equal one napkin. She called it the baby's duty. She's only, I think did she just turn 4? I think so. God. So anyways, it was cute. So every now and again, when the baby, well, we call it noonie. It's pacifier. It's a pacifier. See, I just pick up the pie, eat it just like this. This gorgeous pie, though. Oops. Mmm. That is just creamy goodness. And I used to make the pie crust even. So everything used to be from scratch. Not so much these days. Pie crust, the straight from the pumpkin, my own recipe. Used to do stuff like that, you know? Back when I had time on my hands and oh my gosh, so good. So the baby, oh God, he's growing so dang fast. He just turned 3 months. Saturday. 4 days ago. Well, it'll be probably 5 days once I get this video out. And he's already fitting in 9 months clothing. Are you kidding me? My kids are all so tall. I mean, I'm average height. I'm almost 5'6". My husband, he's even average for a man. He is 5'11". I guess that's a little above average, right, for a man. But my family, they're all pretty tall. They're all over 6 foot. All his family members are about average height, maybe a little bit over average. I feel so guilty right now, really. 2 eggs, a whole dang bagel, 2 pieces of pork roll, and a piece of pumpkin pie. I mean, if you think about it, everything I ate before is equivalent to a pork roll, egg, and cheese sandwich. Besides for the fact that I had an extra egg. My hair is a bit wet. I had to dive in the shower really fast and take a quick shower while I could. I'm not in the mood for the crust right now. I'm just full. I have no business. Over here, wipe these. I have like this whole setup underneath here. All kinds of things that we would need out in the living room. I mean, our house isn't that big, but when we're trying to relax, it's like we just want things in arm's reach. So I got my tissues here, baby's diapers, baby's wipes. Freaking, he's even got a snack over there, some pretzels. We got our blankets, our living room blankets. Got that's my living room blanket. I've had that out all year long, and now I could actually put it on the couch because it's usually tucked away inside here. And we decorated our house pretty, I mean, it's not too excessive. But as you can see, this frosty, got 2 of those on there with a little sleigh there with the stuff that we need in the living room, the kids' pictures, the tree, the stockings. That tree is decorated and that tree over there is decorated. They're just regular trees though. Regular, fake tree, like ficus or whatever. I have no clue. I think the one is supposed to replicate a bamboo, and that one might be a ficus. I don't know. I got these from when people are throwing stuff out at the garage. You know when people throw garage sales, right? Half the time at the end of the garage sale, they just leave it out on the curb because they don't want to put it back. And some people are so nice enough to make ads on like Craigslist or whatever, be like, oh, throwing everything out from the garage sale, and usually it's the same old gadgets, like vases and stuff like that. Even though I need vases, I have like 2 vases in the house. I used to have 3. This beautiful vase, the kids broke it. What do you expect, right? With kids. And one is cracked, and I had this big juche one that's holding like 3 freaking flowers, bouquets that are skinny from the dollar store. I got the Christmas flowers. I did a Christmas. Man, I got so much stuff from the dollar store the other day. We should have done a haul. I got Christmas decorations. Just a little like bells. They're hanging up outside of the outdoor lights, and these Christmas trees. They're like wrapped in the what is that called? The tinsel. Oh, this stuff over here. It's wrapped in like stuff like that. Look at that tree though. Somebody was throwing this out too. 7.5 foot tree, and it's so beautiful. Here, let me light it up for you guys. My house is clean most of the time, so that's why I'm not that embarrassed to show you guys my house right now. See how beautiful? And we usually have a light lit up star, but we don't have an extension cord, and the star was too small for this big old tree. So we had this one that somebody was throwing that out too last year, probably during the summer. People throw out Christmas stuff during the summer thinking, they're like, oh, we're just going to get new because we're fancy like that. Yeah, well, we're not that fancy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this mukbang. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Comment down below, like this video, and I'll see you in my next mukbang. See you later, guys.